it wasn't but a year ago that Illinois, my home state, finally legalized the recreational use of marijuana. Now, 4 more states have done that since. South Dakota is the most notable because they were the only state to criminalize not just the distribution, not just the possession, but the consumption, the actual bodily consumption of marijuana. What happens then? If they control your body, if the state controls your body, they control everything. The best they could have come up with at this point was to have a mental control over you. The mental control is everything. And there are different means of coercion, but the main one we use in America is force. Marketing and force. If the marketing doesn't go over too well, you know who shows up. And, you know what? I'm over it. I'm over it. Police want to come kill me? Come get it. I ain't got no guns. I'm just a man. I'm just a man who wants to laugh. You know, I got nothing else. I kill time until there's time to be savored. Because I understand that not all of it is good. And the world is in a very bad place right now, and I have it better than the vast majority of people on the planet. Think of that. If you're anything like me, if you have a home to live in, if you have a relatively stable means of income, dude, you're in the fucking minority, Jack. That's not something to be bypassed. That's some real shit that applies to you. So your question should be not how do I accelerate upwards. Fuck them. What do you care what they think? Are you dupe? You a loser? You want to be a bitch? What if you went to the poorest people in the world and you offered them a vision? You offered them a dream. What if you went the opposite and you became something that meant something to a lot of people? Most of all yourself. That's not what the ego is attracted to. The ego wants to be confirmed by the elites. Most of the time. I never understood that. One of the few things I still respect about the American people is our willingness to at least think against authority. I understand that's not enough. I understand that we have to actually act against authority as our country was founded on. But the politicians are extra skilled. I made a video about a year ago deriding Joe Biden when it seemed obvious to me and to a lot of other people that he was going to lose. And yet, here he is. He's our next president. And while on the surface, he certainly seems better than Trump, at least to me, when you actually look at the policies that he supported over the decades, in many cases, they're actually a lot worse than what Trump has pushed. The only difference is, I'm skeptical of Trump because he has done nothing to dismantle the notion that he is the establishment. So what's the difference? There ain't really a whole ton. But I know that the real Americans who still believe in culture, who still believe in character, as cringy as that sounds, I know that's a cringy. But I understand it now. I do. It's not an elitist term. It's literally, the word character means your character. It doesn't have to fit in with anybody. Mark Twain was a character. Albert Einstein was a character. Kanye West is a character. They stand out. That's what character means. Regardless of what your fucking counselors told you. Fuck them. That's my spin on it anyway. Everybody's got their own spin. But don't be ashamed to share yours And don't be too proud to accept other points of view, because that's what this country is about. That's what it's always been about. It's been about freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of self-defense, which is important. And COVID is real. Guys, this is my last point. COVID is real. And I know this from personal experience. I know this from... I've seen people my age who I've known go to the hospital for this shit. Okay? The flu doesn't work like this. It's never been a phenomena quite like this. I just don't see it. I don't see that being the case here. There's just too much evidence to support the science. Yes, the media science. I'm skeptical of a vaccine, of course. I think we should be highly skeptical that trusting Pfizer to create a safe vaccine is like trusting a child molester to drive the school bus. Be skeptical, but also be willing to have a conversation. Don't go by with the fucking social media is bullshit. It's temporary communication. But if you're just communicating in text and you're not getting the persona across, then who are you? Do you even have a personality, an identity, or are you just a cobbled together snowman of the people that you've plugged into your whole life? I'm Jake Jones. More jokes, more music coming up.